Ballin with Jonathan. I be ballin'. What up, world and ballers and ballettes? It's your girl Ashley. I be ballin'. And right now, today is a special episode. We're gonna review and recap Giannis, the marvelous story on Prime, Amazon Prime Video. Make sure you guys go watch it. It's a great, awesome film about Giannis and his brothers and his parents, and oh, it was so awesome. It was epic. No, was you'll cry, you'll laugh. There's basketball footage. There's a lot of guest cameos. We got Vin Baker, Jim Paskey in it, Kevin Smith in it. I mean, Kenny Smith from Inside the NBA. Oh, yeah. Ernie Johnson was in there. Drew Holiday was in it. I was like, oh, snap, Drew was in there. And
Money Middleton was in it too.
yep, Chris Middleton was in it. It had a lot of great people commenting on it. It showed a lot of intimate moments that you don't really see. Because of course they had their movie Rise, that was telling their story, but those were actors. Then they had another one on Amazon Prime called Hugo, a homecoming story. Now it's about him going back to Nigeria for the first time. Um, and so this is the first time where the mom and the brothers and even Mariah, the Beyonce, was talking about their story in their own words, in their own way, instead of, other people saying it. It was an awesome movie. I recommend it because it's not necessarily a basketball movie. Like, it's about basketball, but it's more about family and how they overcame. And so what I wanted to ask you, Jonathan. Jonathan is a great guest. He's always coming on our podcast. He's always into the NBA and the Bucks and the Hornets. Can you tell me, a favorite scene from the movie you liked?
Um, it was probably when, well, a funny scene to me was when I guess he didn't know how to change diapers.
That was funny.
Yeah, so that was like a funny scene. But basically, when he signed the well, one of my favorite scenes was when he signed the first extension.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was big because again, this is kind of like off topic, man. People at my job, man, they used to come to me like, "Hey, bro, your boy, man, he going to Miami. Your boy, he going to Dallas." I'm like, I just looked down like, if y'all don't leave me alone. And again, you kept hearing it and hearing it and hearing it and hearing it. I'm like, is he leaving? But at the same time, I knew it was just for me. I couldn't picture him leaving. He's just
Right.
different. He's just a different person. So yeah. So that was like one of my favorite scenes was them signing that extension on camera. That was cool. Trying to think of what else was my favorite scene.
There was a lot of good moments.
Yeah.
A lot of good moments.
And of course,
Like,
yeah,
you can
and of
go.
course us winning. Of course, it's winning. Us in the chip. That was always great. You know. Oh, and also he told that story about when he had that one time he had to jog to the Broward Center because he didn't have any money. But I
Yeah,
didn't know why he had to do that. And when that a documentary it showed why he had to do it, I was like,
he
wow.
he he gave all the money
To his
overseas to his
yeah,
family.
yeah. Yep, and again, like whew, you running in February with no gloves on, I don't think.
No coat.
Oh yeah, he did say, hey, they warned him. He was like, hey man, you need to get you a winter coat. But he said he didn't know what a winter coat was. So, but hey, he should ask because that day, man. But yeah, those whoever that family was, they were a blessing. So they were able to
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
Like
it was a good thing that they. But it was. But it was. But it was a good thing that they recognized them.
hmm
So because a lot of people would not have recognized them. But yeah, though that was cool.
yeah. I did like all the laughter. They like the Nasses had more of the swag, and when they first got to America, they was very shocked, like a deer in headlights. And I like when Giannis is tasting smoothies and corn dogs and pizza for the first time, and he's like, "God bless America." I really like that moment. Um, just to see the innocence of the kid in him and growing up and the body transformation, it was awesome. So they start off talking about their parents living in Nigeria and how there was, water pollution and oil spills, and why they decided to, go to Greece. They decided, okay, let's settle here. But they left Francis, and that was hard to leave, your firstborn with the grandparents. But they did it because they wanted a better life for, the family. So you got to see a little bit about that. And I did like love all the pictures they showed, the family pictures. That I
Mhm.
really like that. I enjoyed them talking about the Mariah relationship and how they met. And
Mhm.
and they're usually very private people, but this time you saw them up close and personal,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, their vulnerabilities. And we saw the babies, and their faces weren't covered this time.
Mhm.
And that was a cool moment. But yeah, the immigrants, they lived in fear all the time, and they wasn't trying to make a profit like the NASA said. They was trying to see what they could get so they could eat.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes the parents went without food, and they're selling different items on the street, and there
Mhm.
was a lot of racism toward with the whites. They were like outsiders. How did
Yeah.
you feel about them telling you all those stories?
I mean, because of the movie Rise, I knew about it,
Right,
but actually hearing it from them personally,
right,
of course it's sad. You know what I'm saying? Because again, they're just like when Giannis was breaking down, crying, protecting his brother. He was like, they were innocent. They're just innocent kids. We're just
right.
kids. So it's just sad that the world is some parts of the world is really hateful. For no reason. Like we didn't do anything to you.
Right.
But I'm just I'm just blessed that they were able to get out. And
Mm-hmm.
survive. Really.
Right.
Because again, like you said, they have to run. So that was I don't want to say it's cool, but it's his little brothers didn't know why what they were doing.
Yeah, he turned it into a little game for them,
Yeah, yeah.
which was awesome.
So it's just one of the things where you just man. But that's how it was here in this. Well, that's how it was here in America in the '60s. 50s, '40s, and all that. If you were a person of color, so you couldn't do anything. So it's sad.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it was just really tough times for him. But hey, through the blessings of God, man, look where they are now.
Yeah, yeah. And they talked about the internet cafe,
Oh
how they
yeah.
saw the basketball highlights, and how they were like, "Oh, just a couple more minutes. Here's a little bit more money. Just a couple more minutes." So I thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked at how much money Kobe Bryant made, and he's like, "Oh man, I better pick up a basketball."
Mm-hmm.
So that was dope, and I love the basketball footage, of course. Of course, they show Bucks highlights, but the old footage of him in Athens, Greece,
Yeah.
supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
That was awesome. You could
Oh yeah,
see the
but
potential in him. Um, and eventually people started noticing him, but they were like, yo, Thanasis was really the one
yeah,
that
he
was
was.
really good. And then they were like, oh, he has a little brother that may be even better. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was interesting that, the prime minister, took pictures with the parents and Giannis but
They
and
were
that,
illegal.
yeah, and that's only because they only took the picture and stuff because he could play ball.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, that wouldn't have happened.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. Um, they all worked hard, man. And, well,
yeah,
especially Giannis, and
yeah.
it's just that's why people need to like. I'm not saying respect him. Well, they need to do that, but at the same time, just respect the journey.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we all come, you know what I'm saying? We all from the hood and all, you know what I'm saying? The majority of us are from the hood and all that. And, it's up to us to create our journey. You know what I'm saying? No matter what speed bumps comes with that, we can still make it, you know?
Yeah,
And, growing up like he did, if Giannis can make it, we all can make
exactly. That's kind of what it is. Um, and they're fighters and they're overcoming things and they're conquerors. It's all about not having a silver spoon in your mouth. It's not about that. It's about whatever hand you are dealt, make the best of it and work hard and be better every day.
it.
And
Yeah.
that's what he did. He started getting more noticed, right? And but he didn't want to go to the States without his family. And they
Mm-hmm.
convinced you know, they were like, no, you need to go, you need to
No. Oh,
go.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. His dad was like, no, it would be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that was crazy because I already knew that part due to the fact that he did some on TNT a couple years ago during August. I can't remember which
oh
All
yeah,
Star.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's that.
That was how I knew. That's how I knew like a lot of
That's
that
why.
already because yeah, because he said he even said like he wanted to go back home. He didn't want to play ball anymore.
Yeah, because it
And
was.
so again, a lot of stuff I already knew because of that. But yeah,
Yeah,
just to revisit that, I'm just like wow. And thankfully they were able they were able to come over here, and Lord behold, he he a different baller now. But I I just don't want to think about the what if, you know,
the what if what?
what if they weren't able to come over here? Yeah.
Man, there's probably a lot of stories that are like that. There's probably stories of people getting visas and able to come over here, and stories of people that can't. But it's like when he was drafted to the Bucks, he kept saying, "When are they coming? When are they coming?" And then he eventually was like, "I don't want to play like this. I mean, play anymore." So like he's saying, like, what if they never got discovered, or what if he did get drafted by the Bucks, but eventually went back to Greece because he's like they couldn't get the visas.
Yeah. And again, I'm on that thing I was telling you about that thing they did on Giannis during the All-Star weekend. They said they finally got the visas the third time around, but in this documentary, it said that Herb Cole and some other people had to call in some favors for them to get the visas. I was like,
Yeah, Herb
wow.
Cole, RP Herb Cole.
Yeah, yeah, man. So again, I'm in that one thing I was telling you about. He didn't say that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But in this one, I was like, wow,
Yeah,
it was whew, good.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like you
You
said,
learn a
shout.
little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
in everything they do. And I just liked how stunned they were, like, oh, this limo, oh, this plane ticket costs this much.
Yeah,
And,
man.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was awesome.
It is funny, like they were happy to just see Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Now,
They didn't know what Milwaukee was.
yeah. Oh Lord, I'm not gonna lie to you, Ashley. what a what if Giannis was in Miami and they had saw Miami for the first time? Oh Lord, or like L.A. Oh
Oh,
Lord,
oh
oh
my
Lord,
good.
oh Lord,
He probably would have said, "See ya.
man.
I
Hey,
don't need to wear a coat."
no, man, for real. Because man, Ashley, I don't know if you ever been to Miami, but Miami is a whole different vibe. Oh my
I
God,
never.
man. Whenever you get a chance, visit, man. It's a whole different vibe. Imagine seeing palm trees, the beaches, it just it's colorful.
Hmm.
Like they got it's hoods, of course, but they're colorful. You know what I'm saying? It's different. You know,
Oh,
but yeah, though it would have been crazy if Giannis would have played for the Heat or got drafted to the Heat and they would have saw all that, man. But yeah, but thankfully they didn't see that. They saw Milwaukee. so,
yeah.
so yeah, so I'm happy that his family loved to hear. It was funny. Alex did. Alex Alex was kind of like on a hefty side a little bit. He was
Yeah.
like he was
Probably
like
because all that money, Giannis,
uh-huh.
they started living good.
He
Good.
living good, eating good, all that, man. So hey, I am not mad at him. I am not mad at him. So
Hey. Um, Jason Kidd was in the,
yeah.
as well. He was talking about stuff, talking about how he wanted to run Giannis at the point. Cause I remember before we even drafted him, I saw Giannis on Draft Express, and I was like, wow, he has so much potential. The Bucks should draft him, but they won't because they're so single-minded on, oh, let's just make the playoffs, let's just get the eighth seed. And then when we drafted him, I was like, oh, that's the guy. Yes, I know
Yeah,
him.
yeah, because I saw highlights of him and he was shooting the ball. He was shooting it well and he was dunking on people. I'm like, wow, he kind of reminded me. Again, everybody said the same thing. I said Durant. Same body type,
Yeah.
but over there he was shooting it. But when he got to the league, he wasn't as good. Which is fine. But guess what? He was again. He was a diamond that he was a rock that had to be turned into a diamond.
Yeah.
Now that boy shining like the stars in the sky at night, like for real. Like man. Oh man, I need to put on my shades. So yeah, so shout out to John Hammond because in the movie, I don't know if it's true or not, but they said teams didn't want to take a chance on because of the visa.
Oh yeah, they didn't know if he would come over.
Yeah, so yeah. Um, my friend on the other podcast, he kept talking like, yeah, man, we were getting ready to pick Giannis. I'm like, but y'all didn't. No, I guess at the time their coach was Don Nelson, and I think Don Nelson wanted him, but Mark Cuban didn't, or Mark Cuban wanted him, but Don Nelson didn't.
Yeah, I heard about that, and I
Yeah,
heard
but
the whole too.
I'm like, bruh, that's your fault, man. Don't get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Like one y'all Dallas Mavericks messed that up big time.
They could have Giannis and maybe Luca too.
Ooh-wee. Man. But yeah, oh well. I mean,
Oh well.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
They definitely talked about how skinny he was too, and how he was like almost anemic, and
oh
they
yeah.
had to change his diet. So that was something. They drafted him without a physical, and I was like, "What? They did that?" Because usually, they get the physicals. You're at the combine. You see the team doctors. So that means you must have really liked Giannis if you didn't
Oh
get
yeah,
a physical on
because he did say. I guess somebody tried to tell John Hamm like we should go back. He was like, we don't need to go back.
him. We've seen everything we need.
Exactly. Yeah, because again, I think his brother got drafted to the Knicks that same year.
I think it was the next year. Yeah, the following year.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So uh, it just, it's just he's he's his story is just so amazing. Like it should inspire everybody who's trying to who has a dream.
Yeah.
So like I'm just saying, like people hate on him, but at the same time, man, don't hate on the journey, bro. Like because I feel like every human being has went through obstacles the majority of the time, and
Yeah.
you got you, you got to do what you got to do if you really
Yeah.
want it.
Yeah, it's not necessarily about like basketball. It's about anybody can be inspired. It's not like about sports. It's about like, okay, see where he came from and see, where he's at now. And it wasn't easy. Life isn't easy. You got to overcome obstacles. And when you hop over that obstacle, you got to hop on over another one. It's never going to be easy. And look at how skinny he was and how he got muscles now. And a lot of people are like, oh, he's just running and dunking and he doesn't have a skill in his bag. Like, it's not about the talent. Like, he has the skills. He has the worth ethic to get better. Okay, I'm gonna get better at my passing. I'm gonna get better at my handle. I'm gonna get better at my hook shot. Also, it's like if you could just dunk over people, why do you need to shoot a bunch of threes and jumpers? And
Exactly,
he
but
does have a jumper and a fadeaway.
because here's the thing, Giannis he's really that old school big man, you know, because again back then, big men weren't shooting threes at all.
Yeah.
So, but then once Dirk came along, he was like the first big man shooter to know how to shoot. Then out of
Yeah.
nowhere, you got people like Kevin Love and just all these other big men, and everybody just jacking up threes now. Durant, you know what I'm saying? But which is cool. I don't have no problem with it, but don't get mad at Giannis for not shooting a three because he can't. But y'all praise Ben Simmons for what? No disrespect to him, but come on, bro. Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, at least at least he's not afraid to shoot the three or shoot free throws.
And
Like,
Shaq, he dominated the paint.
yeah, that's what a big is supposed to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like, so yeah, man. So I'm just
Um,
saying, like, you can't get mad at Giannis for what he can't do, but just like what what's the name said, be happy what he can do.
right. Exactly. Appreciate what he can do, not
I
what he
know,
can't do.
I know. Don't get mad at him because he's not a good free throw shooter or he can't shoot the three all that well. He doesn't have to.
Yeah. Um, I just enjoyed the stories of, them, how, the family was there, but instead of buying a big giant house right away, they just stayed in,
A
the
two bedroom
apartments.
condo. Yeah,
Like
two
nothing
bedrooms.
has changed. Like, no,
Man,
I'm
like
not rich.
man, six people in a two bedroom. But at the same time, that's what they were accustomed to.
Yeah, they humble. They don't, all you need is the family.
Yeah. So yeah. I think he said that his parents had that one bedroom, and I think he said Giannis had slept in like the couch, on the couch, or I mean the living room.
Yeah, living room. Yeah.
So yeah, but
Um,
but now though he got that mansion. So
oh yeah, he got basketball gym, workout
man,
room, everything.
man.
Yeah, I loved them showing that when he ran and threw Mike Dunleavy when they were in the playoffs against the
Oh
Bulls. They
yeah,
showed that.
yeah.
They showed the mean streak. Yeah,
Yeah. I
like
think were we at that game? What was that? Were we at? Was I at that game too?
I was at that game. I
Yeah.
remember it. I remember him getting tossed, and I remember him me getting so mad.
Yup. And again, he got suspended for that first game of the year too.
Oh yeah, but
But yeah, man. I mean, hey,
I
Man.
like.
No, I'm laughing because again they showed that replay of that, and I was
Yeah,
like, wow, man, he was upset.
cause he was playing dirty and he did some bad to like chip NCW's tooth. So he's like, don't be messing with my teammates, you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Dunleavy shoved him too. So he's so he was like, ah.
Oh man, that was the bony Giannis. Imagine the Giannis now are doing that.
I know. Goodness, that was
Oh
funny.
my God. Ooh,
Um,
50 pounds of muscle, man. What?
yeah.
Man, who? So
It was
no,
what
no,
you was gonna say?
I was gonna say, Mike Dunn. Shout out to Mike Dunleavy Jr., but he should be happy that it wasn't a Giannis now.
I
Man.
know that would have hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-mm.
would have been in the hospital.
Man. Whew. I know. You just got the centipede hit. Imagine the bulldozer hit. Man.
I like that they showed KD giving him some praise too. They showed a
Oh yeah.
clip of KD in there, so that was cool.
Yeah,
And
yeah, because when when you first made the All Star team, everybody was giving him praise.
yeah,
So yeah, man. But now,
yeah, that's sort of how it is. They're like, oh, look at all the potential, and you start rising up, and they're like real nice to you. But then when you get real up to your peak, that's when
yeah,
people are praying for your downfall.
yeah,
They
yeah,
build
man.
you up just to watch you fall.
Yeah, just like Kobe, man. Like I ain't trying to make no friends. I ain't trying to work out with you, bro. Like, come on, man. Like that's probably why they don't say anything about him anymore because they all like to hang out. And Giannis ain't like that.
Nah, he not like that.
I'm not
Um,
saying what the other people doing are wrong, but he just ain't like that.
yeah. Um, they also talked about the loss of the father, Charles. They even started a foundation called CAF, and it's to help immigrants in Nigeria and Greece and Milwaukee. And they kind of compared him to Giannis and their personalities, and they talked more about how he was as a father and a parent, and all he cared about was his kids. That was real sad when they told the story about him having a heart attack and um the mama. I haven't really heard about the mama, and she talked about it, saying she lost the best friend, and Giannis is sort of like the head of the household now, trying to make sure his brothers are okay. Even Mariah was breaking down. You could
Yeah.
see how close knit of a family, and that was just real sad. But Costa said something interesting, like after the death, it's like Giannis bottled all of that up and took off, like his career took off. And I also noticed, like, when they, after, actually, it was the day of, they went all to the gym, right, to the practice facility. And I thought that was interesting because it's like their sanctuary. So I thought that was interesting. What do you think about that part of the story?
Um, I just remember. Well, everybody can grieve differently, but I remember his agent was talking. He said he asked him. I believe he was like, "Have you grieved your father's death yet?"
Right.
And so it was just one of the things that he probably didn't.
Yeah.
And that's something that he had to work out on his own. You know. So yeah, it was sad. I mean,
It was definitely sad.
yeah,
Uh, it just shows how important mental health is. He went to go
yeah,
see a sports
mental.
psychologist because he was thinking about quitting, and it was just all too much. And it probably was like sometimes you try to keep busy to not think about death or something traumatic, but sometimes it catches up with you. You like, you stay busy, you put all your, eggs in one basket and focus on one thing, but sometimes it comes back.
Yeah.
And so I think that was good that he saw, somebody needs someone to talk to.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I I recommend therapy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Because I was in um therapy, so
Yeah.
I definitely recommend it because I well, this is off topic. The only reason I recommend therapy is because it's cool to talk to a friend or like a family member, but is a therapist. They're not going to put their 2 cents in. Your friend and family member is going to put their 2 cents in.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why even if you just wanted to vent, that was really why I went to therapy because I wanted to vent. So it's
Right.
just one of the things where I don't know Giannis, but that's probably what he had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm glad he did that because who knows what he would have been if he wouldn't have.
Yeah. Imagine him quitting. He wouldn't have been a champion.
Yeah.
Um,
And guess what? And guess what? Even if they would have won, would he have been happy?
exactly. You gotta have your mind right. It's all about your mentality, Mamba mentality. But yeah, I recommend therapy. Even I'm in therapy. Been in therapy for years. It's good to talk to someone because sometimes, they'll give you different coping skills. They'll give you different strategies to work on. Some improvements, some solutions that your family, can't really do, or um so I definitely recommend that. And
Mm-hmm.
even I think he donated 1 million to Milwaukee mental health. I think that's what he did maybe last year or the year before that. I can't remember. But it's crazy. The world is a stigma. I mean, it's a stigma in the world because when the story came out about him almost quitting, it's like people was making fun of him. Well, not everybody, but some people. And it's like, I don't know. That's how the world is. But at
But what's crazy is that the people who supposedly made fun of him, they're probably going through something, and they weren't man enough. Well, I'm not going to say they're not man enough or woman enough to do it or grown enough to do it. I just feel like they're kind of hesitant and scared to do it.
yeah,
But Giannis did it. Hell, I did it. I went to therapy.
right.
So it's just one of the things where it's not hard. I mean, a lot of people, especially from what I was told in the black community, they're really afraid to go to therapy.
Yeah, it's a stigma, especially
Yeah,
with black.
yeah, yeah. But I highly recommend it. They're not going to judge you. They're not going to they're not going to like it's like I said earlier. They're not going to put their 2 cents in like if I was talking to a family member or like a close friend. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of the things where they're going to say what they have to say to help you, and they're going to and it helps. So I'm glad that Giannis did that. You
Yeah.
know, I just wonder if his brothers had to go too.
Yeah, I wonder, that's a good question. Yeah, I do wonder.
Because again, this is the only man that y'all know. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
They told great stories about him, giving him gifts,
yeah,
TV, and how they best friends. They were best friends with their dad.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. So just one of the things I wonder if they all had to go, and if they had to, man, but that's awesome. So because again, I can't even imagine.
yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that the father at least got to see, hey, my son made it, and now he's making millions and living out his dream, and you want to see your kids happy. So I'm glad that he got to see that um achievement. And I liked when they showed the old Bradley Center, and he was
Oh
like,
man,
maybe my jersey will be up there one day, and it
man,
will.
man,
It will.
man. His
And that was
his
crazy.
jersey, man, his jersey going up there. He is going to be in the Hall of Fame, first freaking ballot.
Get a
Like
statue. Oh
a
my
stat,
goodness.
definitely a statue. Um, the only thing I don't, well, I don't know if a lot of people don't think about this. It just sucks he's wearing 34. because it would have been dope if Ray Allen would have had his jersey retired here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Giannis way better than Ray Allen. But but I'm just saying, Ray Allen was that dude. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I like Ray Allen. I don't know what they're gonna do about that.
But because again, he wore 34 years. So and again, Giannis learning now, and
Ray Allen is a legend. I think he just wasn't here long enough to. I think if he stayed here longer, maybe. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah. He was here for like 7 years, I think.
Oh really? Oh
Oh yeah,
okay.
because remember he got drafted with Kobe, so in '96.
Okay.
Yeah.
When was he traded? I don't know.
02, 03, 04.
Oh okay.
Yeah. So he was good. He was here for like 7, 8 years, like 6, 7 years.
Oh okay. Because I know Chris Middleton, he's getting up there. I don't know if they're going to retire his jersey.
Oh yes. He is
Yeah.
getting. Yes, he is
His
getting.
numbers is climbing.
Oh yeah. He just he broke some record recently. No, yeah. Oh yeah, he's number 2 in points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or number 3. No, he's number 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I knew he was.
His
I knew.
career is still 2, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah though, he climbing though. So Chris Middleton. I feel like everybody who's on the Bucks, I feel like Brooke will have his number retired here. I feel like I feel like Dame will have his retired. I feel like Dame's jersey number will be retired here and in Portland.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And yeah. I think a championship need to be won first,
Hell yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes. We can do it, man. Again, I'm not worried about Giannis. It's Brooke, it's Chris, it's Dane, it's Beasley, it's Connaughton, it's Pat Bev.
Yeah, they gotta be more consistent because Giannis plays it every night,
Yeah, yes. And
even on a bad night, he puts up numbers that help you win.
Yeah. Just play better on defense. Because man, like we can do it, man. There's a couple of teams Here's the thing. As far as the East, I'm not worried about any team in the East. I'm not worried about Indiana. I'm not worried about Boston.
Really?
No.
You're not worried about Boston?
No.
Oh.
No. If this past weekend was Dame's therapy session, he's healed. 2 awards.
That's a nice way to put it, yeah.
So I'm not.
He got his groove back. Like Stella got his groove back.
Here's the thing. Now they're saying Tatum should win MVP now. I'm like, Tatum dope. I love him. But when it's time to show up, where's he at? Because again, I strongly feel that they should have beat the Warriors.
They should have, yeah. They should have beat him because Curry just went supernova, but Curry didn't have that much help.
Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like Curry should not have won MVP. I feel like Wiggins should have won it. But I just feel like he won it because by what's the word? A default.
Well, he got it stolen in 2015 by Iggy. So they decided to give it to him, but he went off.
Yeah, he did. But I feel like Wiggins played. To me, I feel like Wiggins played better. I mean, they would not have won without Curry. I'm not, what I'm saying, but yeah, but like, I'm just not afraid of the only team that may frame me. The only team that may frame me a little bit on the West is probably Pelicans, maybe Denver, but not really. I can't think of any teams right now.
I think the Nuggets and the Clippers are tough in the West.
I'm not afraid of the Clippers.
Why? Because of their health?
No, because they got somebody by the name of James Harden.
Oh.
I'm so, and plus, Paul George, Paul George is good. Kawhi is dope, but they they're consistent, but again, Kawhi has already proved it already. You know, he has really well, he has proved to the franchise. That's really it. But that's just my opinion. But as far as like himself, he has nothing else to prove. He won Finals MVP on 2 different teams. Do you know how amazing that is?
Yeah.
And you know, Paul George got something to prove because he has no ring. Westbrook, he has no ring. James Harden, I just don't believe in James Harden. So I'm just saying when it comes down to the moments, you know, and Phoenix, I'm not worried about them. They don't play defense. You got Devin Booker playing point guard. He can't play no point guard. And so Bradley Beal, he stayed hurt. If they don't have no true big, Nurkic, he's okay, but he's not a big like that.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about no team. I'm just not. Because look, we can easily dominate the paint every freaking night. Unless
But are
Brooklyn
they
stop shooting
going?
damn. Yeah. If Brooklyn stop shooting them threes. I'm not saying he doesn't have to stop shooting them, but come on, bro. You 2 from 8 or 1 from 8. Stop shooting. Take your behind in that paint and dunk on people. I'm just saying, like,
He
and
got the
now,
post game.
yeah,
He got
that's what I'm saying.
floaters.
So
Got the hook shots. I like Giannis to do a couple more hook shots too. I like it when he make those hook shots and attempt those. He need to attempt more of them.
yeah, but he doesn't really need to change it. And well, this is me. He doesn't really have to change anything. Look, he's doing what he do best. Go in the paint, go around you, and you know, fake you out a little bit, either laying in or just dunking.
I think we got the talent. We just got to put it together. And can we
Yeah,
put it together in
yeah,
time? You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
time.
And, well, guess what? The time is now because it's the second half of the season. Like I said, I strongly feel like this. I hope I'm not wrong. I feel like this past weekend for Dame was a therapy session for him. So hopefully he can shoot better because if he would have been shooting like this, even though of course it was no defense played and all the good stuff, but look what he did. If he would have shot just like this during the season, we would have the number 1 seed.
That's true. That's true.
I
Um,
strongly feel that way. Like, but
and
at the same
Chris
time, I can care.
Middleton.
But the truth of the matter is, for me, I really don't care if we do have the number 1 seed or not.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, yeah. So, but I feel like if Dame would have been shooting better from the 3, we would have been in the number 1 seed, not Boston. It probably would have been like a neck and neck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid of Boston because you know, Porzingis has to show me that matters, that moments matter. Because again, I feel like they in the bubble when he was hurt, I feel like they should have beat the Clippers. But again, he was hurt, and then they played him the next year that wasn't in the bubble, and he didn't show up. So I'm just saying, bro, like we ain't never seen Porzingis in the playoffs since that time. So I just it's certain players I just don't believe in. Oh yeah, he's tall, he's supposed to be good, you know, but moments matter, bro. Like Giannis can still bully Porzingis too, so that's why I'm not really worried about Porzingis like that. I mean, am I worried about Drew Holiday a little bit? But you know, we got rid of him for a reason. But yeah, we just had to watch out for the defense. But I'm not worried about Boston.
Every series, I'm gonna be like Bucks in 6. Dominate the paint, defend, rebound. We need to learn how to rebound and not giving up these
Hey,
second points.
Ash, I'm being greedy. Bucks and 4. Bucks and 4. Bucks and 4.
Let's be realistic.
I'm being greedy. Bucks and 4. Bucks and
Also,
4.
the refs aren't on our side.
Oh
The
yeah, yeah,
refs,
oh yeah.
ain't no way the NBA and the refs gonna say, yeah, let them sweep all the competition. Like,
Man,
but
they were
it's
shooting the 3 real.
and we got
hot.
the toughest, huh?
I know I was gonna say, man, if we're hot from the field, they have no other choice. But that's a big if.
Yeah. We got one of the toughest schedules, and I think this is gonna be great for us. Because if we had an easy schedule, we wouldn't really go into the playoffs right. But
Yeah.
now that we got a tough schedule, we're really gonna see what this team is all about. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the second half. I
Mhm.
think Giannis is gonna win another championship this year, or at least next year. That's
No,
my.
this year, and next year. 3 rings, 3 rings, 3 rings.
That would be nice.
Man, I want Giannis to.
That's my
I
favorite
want.
number three.
I want Giannis to have. I know it's wishful thinking like crazy. I want Giannis to have 10, 11 rings like Bill Russell.
Oh my goodness.
I'm greedy. I'm very greedy. I want him to get 10, 11, 12, 13 rings.
If that was the case, he would have started winning at like age 21.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but he has a lot of years left, to be honest with you. So
Yeah.
I'm
He
guessing maybe 7.
he's 29, I think.
Yeah. So I'm saying like 7 years, probably 6.
Hmm.
Of course,
Nah,
he's not going to get the 10 rings, but you know what I'm saying, if he quits after 7 years. But I'm just saying. But I would hope for it. Somebody like him will get 10 rings.
Katie was saying something about he thinks LeBron and him and Steph can play into their 40s. If Giannis played into his 40s, maybe he would win more rings, but I don't know if Giannis gonna play that long because he seemed like he's close to his family. I could see him retiring and just going back to Greece.
I mean, you never know because man,
Yeah, we'll see what
LeBron.
happens.
Yeah, because LeBron about to play. LeBron is playing his 20th, 21st season.
Hmm.
That's a long time. He is blessed to be still hooping for this long at a high level. So that's why he is like one of the goats or whatever. So it's really amazing. But Giannis has the potential to do that too because again he takes care of his body too.
He does.
So and plus he's always in the gym. I can't speak for LeBron, but we all know Giannis is always in that gym.
Okay, okay.
So so yeah, man. So we'll see what happens. Friday will be the first day of the big test. But even though it's funny you said that, I mean, it's a big test for him. But Dame on that thing, I'm saying on the inside the NBA thing, he said that, you know, it's kind of a good thing. So it's like a huge test for us. So
Yep. Grab some people by their necks. Shot.
yeah,
Nice.
man,
That's what
man,
Shaq
man,
said.
man, just make sure it's Dame time every night. That's all I ask. Make it
Or
Dame time.
every fourth quarter.
Something. I know every game. Make it Dame time every fourth quarter.
um
Have hey have the crowd have the conversation say, "Oh my God, he did it again." You know. So I mean, come on, man. Like the All Star game, he felt good. Like he was just half court. He had 2 of them.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
saying. Like I'm keep saying. I feel like this weekend was was therapeutic for him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
So for the Giannis the Marvelous story, how would you rate it? How many stars out of 5 stars? Like how would
Oh,
you rate it?
oh, it's 6 stars, 5 stars. Yes, yes, yes. But
Oh,
yeah. But again, like I already knew what happened because of that story they did for him during All Star Weekend. So
and
I already knew.
book out. This
Okay.
book came out like a couple years ago, and this tells a lot of stories that was in the Rise movie and the doc.
Okay.
I'm still reading it though. So this
Okay.
is a cool book.
Okay. I wonder if
The
they have like an audio book. I wonder if they
The
have
Improbable Rise to an
okay.
NBA MVP.
I wonder.
Giannis.
I
This
wonder
is
if
a
they.
good book.
No,
A lot
no.
of good stories.
Oh, okay. No, I was going to say, I wonder if they have like the audiobook for it.
Maybe. Yeah. So something that Giannis was talking about, he was like a coward or a hero. Which one you gonna be? Don't live in fear. And I think after that death, he stopped, after the dad's death, he's like, what? Why should I fear? And I think that was something that resonated with me. Stop living in fear, Ashley.
No,
But
yeah.
yeah, I liked that part. Oh, and the story about them being evicted and then they used the skateboard to like
I
carry
moved
the
it.
fridge.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah,
was an amazing story. I was like,
yeah,
wow.
yeah, yeah.
Is there a story that sticks out to you that they talked about, or a quote, or anything
Um,
else?
give me a second to think. Just as far as just like the family, just again, when he when they all got here, they didn't move. They stayed in that 2 bedroom thing. But
Yeah,
again, that's what they were accustomed to. You know, they didn't change. And but
yeah.
because again, and think about it, you would think he would have got like a bigger place, but they
Well, he
didn't.
is in now, but
I'm just saying when
back
they
then,
first got
yeah,
there.
yeah,
But again, you would have think he'd be like, you know what, I need to get a bigger house.
yeah, exactly.
They didn't. He
Hmm.
didn't. So that's what kind of really stuck out because again, as long as the family was there, they didn't care.
Yeah,
So that really like stuck with me because that which are we all already knew he loves his family for amazingly. That's not going to change at all. And that just kind of I'm like, dang, he didn't move. But again, that's what they were accustomed to because again they're used to being where they lived at before wasn't great, but that's what they were accustomed to as long as they had each other. And again,
exactly.
and again, once he had that 2 bedroom spot, he didn't move at all. As long as they had like the running water, they knew the money was okay. So why not?
Yeah,
Uh, because I'm not gonna lie to you, that my family would have came over, so I would have moved. But again, they didn't. He didn't. He was like, my family's here, I'm good. I don't care where we live at. One
yeah,
bedroom studio, as long as you guys here.
yeah. A lot of great stories. They were singing in Greek, Christmas songs in Greek.
Oh
They was
yeah.
talking about the national team and how they made history and
Oh
all the
yeah, yeah.
brothers playing. That was
That's
nice.
why I'm shocked that they didn't win.
It's tough.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a tough because the league has got so many
There's international players.
European. Yeah, so it's tough. He
Yeah.
wants to give them a medal, Greece a medal. That's what he said at the end.
But let me
Um,
ask you this. This is kind of like way off topic. Do you think he? Here's my thing. I'm kind of different. Me personally, if I could win. Let's say if I I was from Greece and I had the chance to play for them, it wouldn't be on my to-do list due to the fact that what I went through, what they went through.
oh, right, 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 right,
So
right.
I'm like I
Um,
said, everybody's different, but I just feel
right.
like if you're living in fear the whole time you were there,
Yeah. Um,
so but at the same time, we every human being is different, But at the
right,
same
right.
time,
That's interesting that
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because again, like
they love it
he was
so
crying.
much.
He was actually crying,
Right.
and you want to play for the country that you and your family have to live in fear for every day.
Yeah. And I think Mariah said in the documentary, she was like, "Why do you keep going back
Yeah, she did.
Um, after if they don't like you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the question was answered in the doc. I don't recall.
I don't remember either. I might. I might.
She
I know
asked
I can
that
get it.
question, but I don't know if they really answered it. But
Yeah, because
um,
like, so that's why I'm like, why would you want to play for play for a country that did that to you guys?
hmm, that's a good question to
Yeah.
ask.
Because think about it. You're just walking home, and then all of a sudden that group of men, that group of men was waiting on the subways because that's I guess apparently that's where they saw the people of color, get off the the subway.
Yeah.
And imagine going through that every day,
Hmm.
and you want to win a gold medal for them.
I don't know if they're gonna
I
win a
mean,
gold
like
medal.
I said, if
I
he wants to do that, that's fine. I just don't
think
like.
silver, bronze. I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, everybody's different. He
I
has every
wonder.
right.
Um,
He has every right to do. He has every right to do what he wants to do. I just see it differently. And just like what you said, I forgot she asked that. Like, why you keep going back?
yeah. I wonder if the Nigerian team has asked them. Not
That was why they gave him the Greek passport instead of the
Oh,
Nigerian one.
right. Because Nigeria was gonna try to get
Yeah,
him.
yeah. But at the same time, he never been in Nigeria anyway, even though he was like Nigerian.
Right.
So
It's
so
just now went over there. Yeah.
yeah, so
Learn more
that,
about
that
his culture.
that's
Yeah.
something that you have to ask yourself sometimes. Like, do I really want to play for a team that throughout my childhood and teenage years I had to live in fear?
Maybe because that's the only country he really knew. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
That'd
And,
be an interesting question. Maybe
yeah.
loyalty or pride. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah. I probably
They speak the
loyalty.
language.
I,
Mm,
I probably
not
loyalty because Giannis is very loyal,
Yeah.
so loyal.
They
And he's
talk oh
and
yeah,
plus
you
yeah, and plus he's a Sagittarius too, and like me, I'm a Sagittarius, so we're very loyal. So
Oh, okay.
loyal man, we are very loyal. I mean, I heard there's some Sagittarius that are just not like that, but the majority, what I'm saying from what I've seen, the majority of us are very loyal.
Okay, okay. They they said something about a Greek word called lotamo
I remember
for integrity, but that was nice.
that. Hmm.
They also talked about us being champs, and they reviewed the different games, and they lost 2 games, but they won 4 in a row. But they showed Giannis, his knee going,
Oh my god! Hey, it's crazy.
direction.
That was the first time I saw it like up close. I knew it
Really,
was bad. Yeah, I knew it was bad. But once they showed it in this documentary, I didn't realize how bad it was. I knew it was bad, but they showed
really.
it like, yeah. I knew it was bad,
Saw a
but
clip?
huh?
You never saw a clip on the internet?
I did, but I guess reliving it, I was like, ooh, it looked
And
bad. It looked bad the first time, but I guess when I saw it again, I was like,
he said it was swollen,
whoa, yeah.
and
And guess what? I don't know if you remember that game. He tried to get back out there.
hmm.
Yeah. He tried to go back out there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he tried to go back out there, and Stephen A. was like, "You bet, he bet I have got back out there." You know what I'm saying? So because man, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
he wanted to come back out there.
That just shows how tough he is.
Yeah,
That
man. Because
no quit attitude. Um. Also, in the book, they didn't say this in the documentary, but in the book, they said he was recommended to wear a brace, but you know, for his career. Um, but he's like, no, I'm not wearing no brace. Maybe he didn't want to show no weakness. And I think a lot of players do that. They have an injury, but they don't want to show the injury like with a rap, so they just don't do it. But that could have been really dangerous if he
Oh
injured
yeah.
his feet in the finals again. That could have been, so that's like a big risk that he took. But oh my goodness, I don't think no one else could do that. His body is made. God designed his body and his healing power
The Greek,
uniquely with Giannis.
the Greek gods, huh?
Yeah, the Greek gods, the Greek
Uh,
mythology. I don't
yeah.
know, something.
Um,
Hercules.
I remember after they won the championship, this one dude on ESPN. He used to play football. He said that Giannis had went to Wakanda and got that vibranium put in his knee.
Wakanda forever.
Man, I love it. He got that vibranium put in his knee. Hmm.
Yeah, scoring 50 in a closeout game in
Man,
front of everybody in Milwaukee, the seventh player to have a 50th game
he almost
in the
had 51,
finals. Yeah.
but I strongly fit. But he had. I loved it, but now that I look back at it, it sucked due to the fact that he was the best player on that floor on both teams.
What's
He had
bad
to
about
score.
that?
Huh? It's awesome. I just feel like it's a team sport, so I feel like like him, Drew Holiday, and Chris Middleton was 10 to 32.
Oh, and game 6?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So Giannis had to score 50,
Hey,
which I was amazed by. I just wish that in that moment they would have played, even though Chris Middleton had hit the clutch shot and all that, you
mm-hmm.
know, which was great. I guess I'm being picky or just I noticed things, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but Drew's defense was outstanding. His defense all through them finals was outstanding.
Yeah.
So it just on the offensive end, that's what irked me about Bledsoe when he played for us. On offense, he needed to be better, man. Because I strongly feel if Bledsoe would have played better, we would have had like 3 rings. But when we needed Bledsoe the most, he didn't do anything on offense.
Mm-hmm. Right, right, right.
And I just remember this dude was begging his way to get out of Phoenix at that time.
Oh, yeah. I don't want
Yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah. I'm like, bro, you begging your way like you know what? But you come here and you got exposed.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, 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 bro. Like I feel like you stole money.
Yeah, it's interesting because you do need offense around Giannis, especially when he's getting double teamed and stuff.
Yes.
And that's why Drew was traded because for 3 straight, playoff,
He didn't
you know,
do nothing. I remember, hey,
offensively, he was just bricking. His
I
defense was good, but yeah, we needed to
man,
upgrade the offense.
I remember in that Toronto series. I looked it up. He shot Eric Bledsoe shot 10% from three. 10% from three.
Stop
Against
shooting threes.
yeah, yeah. 10% from three against the Raptors. He had to go. I was mad when they gave him that extension. I'm like, no. But
I,
thankfully he got traded because I didn't like him Bledsoe. But people were like, give him a chance. He just got traded. But then that full year, when we needed him, he wasn't there. The same thing with the bubble. Because remember, Giannis got hurt in the bubble. When we needed Bledsoe to step up, he didn't do it.
yep.
So people were like, well, he don't do no, he need to do both. We have players on our team that can do both, play defense and play offense. So we're blessed to have players that can do that. Be better on the offensive end. We already knew what you can do on the defense, but you begged your way out of Phoenix for a reason because you were the main target. So I'm just saying, bro, you were dope on offense supposedly back in Phoenix. How come you couldn't do it, in Milwaukee? Especially when Giannis went down. All right.
He's not really in the league anymore. I think he's
No, he's
playing.
not. He got exposed playing here. He got exposed playing here. When he got traded for Drew Holiday to New Orleans. Matter of fact, I think he was coming off the bench too. So I'm just saying, he got exposed playing here. He is not that good.
Yeah.
I don't like when people say people are good and they're not. Like he's not. Eric Bledsoe was not good.
Oh man.
Think about it. If he would have played his role and scored better, we would have had 4 rings right now.
I definitely think we should have
We
won.
should have beat Toronto.
Yeah, we should have beat them, and then we possibly could have beat, the Warriors.
Oh man! Plus Durant got hurt.
Yep, and
That's
Clay.
what I'm talking about. Like, come on now. Matter of fact, Clay and Durant got hurt. Steph Curry was looking like a scared little puppy. Curry was looking like a scared little puppy. It was just him. Draymond can only do so much on offense.
That's true.
Man.
I think that was a year that, Bud messed up as well. And Giannis was still growing in the playoffs as well. I think their defense bothered him. But I think we definitely should have, gotten to the playoffs. I mean, to the finals and beat Toronto. Are you frozen now? Oh, it looked like you were frozen.
Oh, okay. Okay. Again, if Bledsoe would have played his role, we would have won that championship that year.
Yeah, I think we should at least have 2.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then there's injuries, Chris Middleton injuries, Giannis injuries. So,
But in 2019, they were healthy.
Yeah, I think we should have won.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, look, we were in the Eastern Finals. We should have beat. We was up 2-0.
That's true. And we almost won game 3. Almost. But those refs, man, they made Giannis foul out, I think. And we went into overtime or something.
But credit to Toronto. That was the first time we saw that wall.
Nick Nurse, yeah. The wall worked because it was Kawhi and it was
Siakam, Gasol, Ibaka.
Yeah, Gasol, yeah. Because people don't
the wall only works when we have legit bigs. It doesn't work when we got short people because again, Giannis can run over big short people like that. So, but at any rate, if Bledsoe would have played his role, I'm gonna keep saying it. Actually, like Eric Bledsoe messed up the Milwaukee Bucks. He really did. That was a waste of a trade. We did him a favor.
We did him a favor.
We did Eric Bledsoe a favor.
I thought he was cool. Just offensively, he didn't really have it, but defensively, he had it. Getting pressure.
But you go and watch old videos of him at Kentucky, and in Phoenix, and because again he played for the Clippers too. I think he got drafted to the Clippers. He was cool, but he got here. I don't know what happened. So yeah, because again he played with John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins at Kentucky, and I think they won the championship. I might be wrong, but I'm telling you.
No, they didn't win, but they went. They got far, but they didn't win.
Okay.
And he was coming off the bench. He got drafted to the Clippers. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, where was that Kentucky Eric Bledsoe at? Like, and plus people
lose confidence too, though. So
man, you wanted out of Phoenix. They bro. You a chance to come to Milwaukee and win the championship. You were the third piece, supposedly, that we needed, and he messed up.
That's what happens. You mess up in the playoffs, you're gonna get traded. That's what happens. We gotta every position. You should you should be excited to have the opportunity to win a championship and play at your best. Otherwise, you're gonna get traded. As simple as that, you know.
But that was a dumb trade. I regret that trade. A dumb
Um,
trade.
but yeah. So for the Giannis story, marvelous. What do you think is the lesson out of the whole thing? Or like give me like a word that best describes it or a lesson that best describes it.
I
To
can't give a
end things
word.
off.
I
Yeah.
can't give a word, but I can say what it was,
Hmm.
or what it should mean to people.
Right.
Never give up.
Right.
Never give up.
Never give up. Never quit.
And when you really care about people, when they have a dream, you're going to support them. I just don't like when, like, this is the way off topic. I don't like when people have dreams, right? And when you see they have the potential to do it, you get them all the support in the world, but they still don't do it.
It happens.
However, what's weird, when you say they can't do it, that's when they go harder. Which is, which is kind of understandable. But when you give the support, they still don't do it. But when you say we you can't do it, that's when they go harder. So, but yeah. Other than that, man, like don't give up on your dreams. Don't let anything stop you. We all go through speed bumps, obstacles, all that stuff. Because I think Pitbull said this: if you ain't go through obstacles, then you won't make it.
Hmm.
Because not every journey is easy.
Right.
So yeah, man, I just feel like it was just really an amazing story, which we all already knew before the thing came out.
Right.
But
Right.
it was cool to see it again. So yeah, man, I salute Giannis. He's one of the greatest of all time. He's already in my top 10 ever, I believe. He's I know he's in my top 15, top 20. But but yeah, man, he's one of the goats. That's why I don't like it because I feel like people need to just be quiet. But when people say, just like again, we'll give it arenas when he said he needs to understand how to play basketball, bro. This other dude on YouTube said if this dude doesn't understand basketball and he has the resume that he is the greatest player that ever lived. Because we all know we think Michael Jordan understands how to play basketball, right?
Hmm.
When Kobe Bryant was alive, we knew we could pretty much tell that he understands how to play basketball. So if this man doesn't understand how to play basketball, and he's a two-time league MVP, a Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved Player, All-Star Game MVP. He has every award.
God.
Yeah, he has every award that the NBA has except for six men. And the only person that has every award like that is Michael Jordan.
Hmm. Yeah.
Nobody. Look, think about it. Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved Player of the Year, Finals MVP, regular season MVP. I think I forgot one, but yeah, every
It was back
award.
to back MVPs too.
Yeah, so no, no. Well, yeah, I'm just saying every individual award that's out in the NBA, he has
Yeah.
won it. All Star Game MVP, regular season MVP, Finals MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Most
And
Improved
he,
Player.
and he should be getting some more MVP love,
Oh
more
my God,
MVPs,
man,
but they be hitting.
Giannis should be a five-time league MVP right now.
Yeah.
Man, and
Oh, oh, you can go.
man, no, I was say, man, people saying it should be Jason Tatum. Some people say it should be Luka, which I feel like Luka should kind of get it too. But at the same time, come on, man, Giannis is playing way better than he did the years he won the MVP, and he's always in the conversation for it. Always in
Hmm?
the conversation for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, man, that goes with the Giannis hate, man. I love it, but it's annoying because again, the more you hate, the more they just hey, look, the more they hate, the more they elevate.
I mean, that means you're doing something right if they continue.
Exactly.
I just think, the same stuff. that they do to Giannis, they don't do to other people. They like,
Man,
he
and B
got to
ain't
win a
never showed up in a
championship,
bro.
or he got to win a championship, or oh, it's voter fatigue. Oh, people are tired of him. But it's been a couple years now that he's won. So it's like the same rules don't apply to everybody.
Man, they raving about Joel Embiid, bro. I don't know if you saw the clip. Paul Pierce and KG had their own little thing or whatever, and I guess Paul Pierce didn't have LeBron in his top five, and KG got mad. He was like, "What you mean? He's not in your top five? Like, I named your top five." He named. He said Luca. He said Joker. He said Giannis. I think he said Shea. Then he said Embiid. He was like, Embiid, he had 15 points in the closeout game, and then he was cussing and stuff like that. So yeah, I agree with him, bro. He had 15 points in the closeout game, bro. Y'all, like I said, just like what Giannis said, it takes more than skill. You got to be mentally ready to win, and
Right.
Embiid ain't ready to win yet mentally. And to me, maybe it's just me being mean. Embiid ain't all that good to me. Kyrie Irving is not all that good to me.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. He's good, but he's Ashley. If you were starting a franchise right now, who would you pick, Luca or Embiid?
Luca, of course.
If you were starting a franchise, who would you pick, Joker or Embiid?
Joker, of course.
If you were starting a franchise, who would you pick, Shea or Embiid?
Oh man, I really like Shea. I'm gonna go with Shea because Embiid, man, he can't
Exactly.
get healthy.
Exactly. I would pick so many players over him right now. Matter of fact, if you were starting a franchise right now, who would you pick, Tatum or Embiid?
Tatum, because he more healthy and more versatile. Also,
Man,
speed. He doesn't. He's sort of like Anthony Davis in a way. Like they have a lot of talent, but they can't stay healthy, or they don't dominate every night against every.
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
No.
He don't dominate every night. He has 70, which is awesome. But what about in the playoffs? What can you do in the playoffs? And yeah. It's like I said, it's players. It's plenty of players I would pick over. Matter of fact, if you start a franchise right now, who'd you pick, Steph Curry or Embiid?
Of course, a Curry.
Yeah. So
Curry,
how many?
four-time
That's
champ.
like five. Ashley, that's like 5 or 6 players who you say you would pick over Embiid. Matter of fact, this might be a tricky one though. Fully healthy, who would you pick right now, John Morant or Joel Embiid? I know.
This is very tricky because
Yeah. But that's why I said this is kind of like a tricky one.
Ja like to bang bang and pretend he,
What
you know.
if Ja didn't bang and he?
I would pick Ja. I would definitely pick
Yeah.
Ja
Now this is a tricky one.
because
Who would you pick, a fully healthy Zion or Embiid?
fully healthy Zion. He not eating too much, is he?
Oh yeah. But tell you what, if Zion wasn't eating good, I know it's hard because I don't know if you've ever been to Louisiana. Some of the best food you ever have in your life, which is understandable. At the same time, he got to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Not focus on food. Just yeah. So what if?
Dietitian.
Yeah. So if Zion was healthy, on a strict diet, all muscle, fully healthy, not injury prone, who would you pick, Zion or Embiid?
Hmm. This is tough. This is really tough.
I know because that's a big if. I know because Zion like to eat, man. Oh my God, stop eating, bro. It's not good for you.
I need him to work on his jumper though.
He actually has a little jumper though.
Yeah, sometimes. How is his defense? I know he's athletic, but how is his defense?
It's okay. From what I remember, you know,
Is Joel Embiid fully healthy too? I might have to go
yeah.
with
Oh,
BE.
okay. See, but nevertheless, you know how many players I named that you would pick over Embiid?
A lot, cause he gotta be there in the head.
Yeah. Just like what Giannis said, it takes more than skills. It takes more than
Exactly.
skills.
And people be like, oh, he doesn't have the skills that other players have. But other players don't got his mindset and his work
Yeah,
ethic.
exactly. So
I would say that this film, I'll give it, like you said, I said, 1 through 5. I definitely gotta give it. I gotta give it more than 5. I'll give it a 7 stars because it was so good. Maybe 10 stars. If I said 1 through 10, I would pick 12. Right? I'm gonna watch this again soon. A movie's really good if you gonna watch it again in a short period time. I'm probably gonna watch it this weekend again. I watched it yesterday. And I guess a lesson would definitely be work hard every day to achieve your dreams. Nothing is impossible as long as you jump over the obstacles and you have you give it your all and you work toward the goal little by little. Like Giannis said, there is no failure. It's just a little couple steps. You know, it's kind of like building a house, brick by
mhm,
brick, layer by layer. Step by step. And you may have obstacles, but that doesn't mean you stop. That doesn't mean you quit. You
exactly.
keep going. You keep going. You know.
Yep, exactly. And again, like you said, nothing's impossible, but anything's possible.
Yeah. You like Aaliyah said, at first you don't succeed, get up and try again. Don't just say, "Oh, I fell, so I'm done." Like, no.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for joining me. We talked about a lot. We talked about Giannis and the marvelous story doc. We talked about his family, and we talked about a lot of NBA teams, a lot of the Bucks history. You know, you just saw a passionate Jonathan Harvey. He passionate. You know,
Mhm.
anything you want to say to the good people?
Nothing, just again, Ashley, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. So I'm just blessed that you had me on here. So I really appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. I like having you on here. You have a lot of basketball knowledge, and you know that you got the right demeanor, the charisma. You give a lot of knowledge. Oh, also make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Get those subscribes up, get those like buttons up so people can find the video and the algorithm could work on YouTube. Comment about your favorite Giannis moment or what you love about Giannis the best and you know anything you want to comment. Talk about the Bucks. Talk about Eric Bledsoe and Drew Holiday or talk about Dame time.
Man.
Because I always respond. That's what I always do. If you comment, I always respond. So I'm gonna be outie. Fear the deer. Go Bucks. Bucks
Go.
and 6. Or like Jonathan said,
Bucks and foes.
Bucks 4. 4
Hey,
1
hey, hey,
4.
Ashley.
4 1 4.
Bucks and foes, say no more.
Oh yeah. The nasty Greek freak about to get another one. You
And,
heard? To
and,
bring
and put
another
it
one to
and guess
Milwaukee.
what? Put it on that pinky ring like this.
Giannis gonna be like this, like
Bill Russell.
yeah,
Yep.
Bill Russell.
Or, or, or
Yeah.
do the MJ like this.
Oh yeah, with the
Mm-hmm.
6.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. That's nice. But yeah, go watch the film. It's on Amazon Prime. If you don't have it, go find somebody that has it and go over to their house and watch it. Or
Mm-hmm.
share the password now. But
Hey.
anyway, I'm out. Everybody stay balling. Make sure you subscribe to IBB. I be balling.
I'll be balling.
Peace.
See y'all later.